Oh, I'm getting better at this teleporting stuff. How easy was that? G'day guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. Today is all about crevicing, 100%. I have got my little mini sluice here just in case we find something really sweet, but I want to work out as many crevices as I can around the King Gold Hole to try and find some more nuggets. We've found 2 so far on this creek and we know that there's going to be more here. So without further ado, let's get cracking. I'm trying to work out what to do today. So I know I'm crevicing, but I don't know where to exactly work. I've got probably 50 to 70 meters worth of crevices to work, from over there to all the way up over there. And this is proving tricky. We've worked a lot of them, but we haven't worked anywhere near all of them. And I know there's going to be some really good ones underneath all this sand. This is where I found that gold nugget, which was just in there. I worked some of this out too. It was a nice bit of a trench and there was some gold and whatnot in it, but you can see a nice big deposit of sand here, and we know that there's lots of bedrock in and amongst it. So I don't know, maybe move some overburden and just see what's kicking about. Well, you can't argue with that. First pan of the day and first little bits of gold. That is sick. I can't believe I missed that before. I said you. There we go. This is a crevice that I worked for 2 pans. I got a little bit of gold out of it and a couple of shotgun pellets. And the shotgun pellets are the interesting one. Now, to get that dirt, I had to break bits of bedrock up just like this. And that was like the bottom of the hole. But when I broke it up, I pulled out those shotgun pellets and that little bit of gold, which means that if there was a slug of gold, a nugget or something like that, that's where it could get trapped. If you're finding shotgun pellets, and this is why I like them so much, they're a good indication of you being on the right track for where gold could get trapped. So it's definitely worth breaking up bedrock. I got really excited then. I just stuck my crowbar in around this hole, and suddenly I started pulling up all this black clay. And that black clay is the same stuff that was in this hole where I found my nugget. I don't think it was more nuggets, but I did see a little bit of gold. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Couple more beautiful little specks. Okay, so it's slowly extending this way. Now, we worked this crevice a while ago that runs up the back of this bedrock shelf here. There was some good gold in that. There was some great gold up in the crack that runs along here. A nugget that runs in here. So I'm thinking if that's a trench, which it looks like it's going to be, that's where the gold's really going to be sitting. But before we get to that, in my last video I gave you a riddle. The riddle was pretty straightforward. A superintendent finds a man who's committed suicide, calls the police turn up, and they go to every window, open it, throw a rock out and come back down, and they declare that this was actually a murder and not a suicide. The question was, how did they know it was a murder and not a suicide? And it's pretty straightforward. I didn't get it. You have to think quite laterally here. Is that the police officer had to open the window, and if he'd committed suicide the man wouldn't have been able to close it after himself, so he was pushed and someone closed the window. That was the answer to the last video's riddle, but I've got a new one for you. You ready for it? You get shipwrecked on a desert island. This island is 4 by 4 square kilometers. It is completely flat without any hills or undulations or anything like that, and it's got several villages on there. One is quite advanced, and they've built a 1 kilometer tall tower on the opposite side of the island to you. Once you hit the tree line, you meet a group of villagers that say that there is a port on the other side of the island where the advanced people live, that could take you back to your homeland. But to reach it, you're going to have to go through the cannibals' territory. Now, the cannibals are known to be tricksters. You start your journey and you meet a fork in the road guarded by 2 cannibals. The cannibals are both liars and truth tellers, and you don't know which one they're going to be doing. What do you do to take the correct path? Because one path will take you to their village where you'll be boiled with some onions and carrots and eaten, and the other one will take you back to a ship where you can get home. So what do you do to find which path to take? Leave your answers in the comments below, and I'll let you know next video. While I work away to clean out that crevice, I wanted to just say a big thank you to Goldclaw. Goldclaw have jumped on board for my campaign to raise awareness and understanding around mental illness by donating 2 panning kits that come with a large Goldclaw pan and a pocket pan, as well as a few other accessories. Their generosity has been amazing, and I'm blown away. So big thank you to Clint and Ken. Your donations are going to change a couple of people's lives for the better in a big way that I don't think even you guys are going to fully understand. I'm going to do something special with these panning kits, and there's going to be a couple of videos on them in the very near future, so stay tuned for that and keep your eye out for them, because I think they're going to be really cool, really fun, and there's going to be a big change for a couple of people. Alright, back to crevicing. More pans, couple more speckies. Oh. What I was really hoping was going to be a crevice and bedrock just turned out to be really big boulders. Check out those big boulders. It's still going straight down, which probably explains why it was easy enough for the sand to just accumulate in the main stream like that. I did find one little nano dot. Don't think you're going to be able to pick it up on camera. So what we're going to do is just change tactics a little bit. I will look for a little crevice just near where my shovel is, clean that up properly, but otherwise we're going to move on. So even though this area didn't work out for me, I came back to where I found the nugget, which is just in here, and I cleared all the sand back, and you can see this beautiful looking clay that I've been pulling up, and that's come from a continuation of it. And this is why it's really important to follow crevices. So, you know, I cleared all the overburden to look for any gap in the bedrock, and where I thought it was going to go, it didn't. In fact, it keeps going straight. I'd be really interested to follow it that way. There's a lot of overburden to move though, so I probably won't do that today. And see if this crack ends somewhere over there in a nice big bowl full of gold. In the meantime, this will do. I've got a nice pan full of dirt, and I've got a couple more to go from this crack yet. Two pans worth of dirt, and we've got about 10 specks of gold. So definitely not the best spec count I've ever got from a crevice, but that's what I love about crevicing is you might do one, you get a few specks, do another, you get none. Then one time you'll just hit a crevice that's got bloody 50 specks in it, and you'll sit there with your jaw on the floor, just dying a little bit inside from surprise and shock. And it's not the greatest hobby to have if you've got like a heart condition, because that will give you a heart attack. It will. It's amazing when you see that. Or a nugget. When a nugget pops out, you just sit there like... This is the spot. You haven't seen the video, I haven't put it together yet, but we came in with Michael. I pulled out one really nice bit of gold and a whole lot of specks, good spec count from this crevice here, and there's a lot of gravels here, and the gold is going back and up into that area. So I really want to work this whole area out as best I can. The bedrock's quite shallow, so it shouldn't be a problem. let us get cracking. What I'm going to do is mine this. So instead of showing you each individual pan, I'm not even going to check myself. I'm going to shovel the dirt straight into the gold claw, process it, and keep doing that on top of each other until most of this dirt has been worked. Nothing terribly fancy, but like I said, good bits. Good, there's the sun. So 3 good bits. Let's keep digging. Put all the concentrates in this clear see-through one. I want to show you what stratification is. Stratification, the principles are really simple. It's just that the heavies go to the bottom and the lights come to the top, and that's how these pans work. The lights are kicked out by the heavies coming up and over those riffles, and I'll show you it in action. I'll give this pan a good shake, and then you'll be able to see all the black sand and hopefully the gold underneath it. So all I've done is given the pan a light shake underwater, and you can see the ring of black sand at the bottom there compared to the light stuff that's coming to the top. You can even see a couple specks of gold in there. I don't know yet, just there. So that's what stratification is. Lights go to the bottom, heavies go to the bottom, lights come to the top, and the heavies actually lift up the lights and kick them out. So it's really ingenious how this pan works. It's how other pans work as well. This just does it on steroids. But hey, there we go. Look at that for colour. Couple of nice little bits just there. That wasn't too bad for 10 pans worth of work. I just worked out this little whirlpool hole here. It had a little plant in it, and I had my eye on it from the beginning. I just forgot to work it. So I just panned it down. I saw what was coming out of it. And you're going to want to see this. Check this out. One pan. What a ring of colour for one pan. That's awesome. Alright guys, that was a day's worth of crevicing on a beautiful little creek. We've gone upstream, we found a new spot that we could potentially pull out some nice gold from if we put the effort into looking. We found a couple of crevices back downstream where we have been working quite extensively, and that has been fantastic. We didn't find anything spectacular, but we found some potentially really good leads. The best pan of the day was the last one, pulling out that gold from the whirlhole, which is just there. And that whirlhole gold, that was amazing. I can't believe how much gold. There was about 30 specks in one pan, which is really awesome. Well, it's about that time. I'm going to head off. I'm going to show you the gold right after this, so stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you do like these videos, because that helps me build the channel better for you guys. As always, thank you for watching. Check out this gold, and I'm out.